Greetings, one and all. The NHL can be a roller coaster ride for many players, and with the league being as competitive as ever, making a few mistakes or underproducing for your team can result in a swift exit from the league. However, several players have managed to take a moment to reassess where their game is at last off-season and have risen from the ashes to find success in the 2016-17 season so far. Some are with new teams, and some are with not, as we now take a look at 5 NHL players having a bounce-back season this year. All of the stats are correct as of the recording of this video, so before you jump at me in the comments, I have done the research, I promise. Don't have a go at me, lads, I'm just the messenger. Also, the list is in no particular order. Now that we have all that stuff out the way, let's get on with the list. First up, we have Eric Staal. Eric Staal has 16 goals, 24 assists for 40 points, and is a plus 11 in 45 games this season. Now, he has clearly surpassed his point totals from the whole of last season that he spent with the Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Rangers after the deadline. Less than halfway through the current season, or roughly halfway through the current season. And he's on pace for about a 70-point season with the red-hot Minnesota Wild. Eric Staal has had a fantastic season, 40 points in 45 games. I mean, considering he struggled last year, he showed that he hasn't lost it. All he needed was a fresh start, and he's proved the haters wrong. Well done, Eric Staal. Next, we have Michael Grabner. Now, Michael Grabner has 21 goals, 8 assists for 29 points, and is a plus 23 in 45 games this season with the New York Rangers. He has completely destroyed his 9 goals, 9 assists, 18-point season, and a -4 total with the Toronto Maple Leafs last year, and he's on pace for roughly a 35-goal season, maybe even 40 goals. As a Ranger fan myself, I must admit, I'm pretty happy with the Grabner signing, I've got to be honest. I'll take it. Why not? Thirdly, we have Sergei Bobrovsky. Sergei Bobrovsky has 27 wins, 6 losses, 2 overtime or shootout losses, and has the stats of a 1.97 goals against average, a .932 save percentage, I should say, in 35 games this season. Now, considering he went 15-9-1 last season with a 2.75 goals against average and a 9.52 save percentage, it's safe to say he's bounced back pretty well. Going on the second longest winning streak in NHL history certainly helps this year's stats, but you can't deny that Sergei Bobrovsky is certainly back on top form. Penultimately, we have Jakub Voracek, I should say. He has 13 goals, 28 assists for 41 points, but is a -12 in 47 games this season. So, a bit of a blip there with the -12, however, 41 points in about 47 games. He scored 2 more goals than his 11-goal, 44-assist season last year, but he's on pace to surpass the 55 points he claimed last season and could look more at the 70-point total. So, Voracek, whilst he had a pretty good season last year, it's not what the Philadelphia Flyers wanted from him, so he's found a way to bounce back and get himself going, which is brilliant. And last, but certainly not least, we have Kyle Turris. Kyle Turris has 16 goals, 16 assists, and 32 points, and he is an even in plus-minus in 44 games this year. Now, he has just surpassed his 30-point season total from last year, and he will likely eclipse those numbers this year if he keeps pace. He should be looking to pick up roughly a 60-point season, which could either be, if he gets a few more, this could be the best point total he has in his NHL career for one season, which would be absolutely amazing. So there you have it. Those are 5 players who have bounced back from poor seasons last year. Some very worthy names that deserve a bit of recognition. They might be the sort of guys that don't necessarily get talked about much because full of all the Crosbys and all of the consistent guys out there that have done it year after year after year. If you have a blip in one season, you kind of get thrown out. Some of these players look like they might be on the way out. Eric Staal and Michael Grabner were very much 2 guys that were looking like they may not be in the NHL or may have much more reduced roles and reduced contracts going into next year. But they managed to find a way to produce for their teams. All they needed was that fresh start. Then Bobrovsky, Voracek and Turris, they stayed with the team that they were with last season, but a couple of changes have been made. They've refined their game and they're back. All the bounces are going these players' way, which is brilliant and it's absolutely great. So, are there any players that I have missed? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear if there are any other players that have bounced back from pretty awful seasons last year. But yes, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.